So, continuing with this renewable energy resources, so today we will discuss about fuel cell. Fuel cell is one of the type of the renewable energy resources. In the previous session we have discussed about solar energy and its application, how we can transfer the energy by using solar system, that is basically radiation is the mode of heat transfer in that case. So in fuel cell, a fuel cell is an electrochemical cell that converts the chemical energy of a fuel, means hydrogen, means we are using hydrogen as a fuel, and an oxidizing agent, that is oxygen, into electricity through a pair of redox reactions. So what is happening in this, when we are using hydrogen, so hydrogen is converted into (2H) positive ion plus 2 electrons. So hydrogen is liberated into hydrogen positive ion and electrons are liberated. These electrons are responsible for flowing of current through an external load, means these electrons are flowing and a current is generated and they are reaching to the second electrode. Now what is there in the second electrode? Oxygen is there, oxidizing agent, and in this we are using potassium hydroxide as a electrolyte. So that oxygen is react with the electrons and convert into hydroxyl ions, that OH ion, and these OH ion will combine with, that is 2OH plus 2OH ion into water. Now fuel cells are different from most batteries in requiring a continuous source of fuel and oxygen, usually from air, to sustain the chemical reaction, whereas in a battery the chemical energy usually comes from metals and their ions or oxides that are commonly already present in the battery except in flow batteries. So it is a continuous source of energy, means in other case like solar energy, that is not a continuous source of energy, because in solar energy when cloud is there we are not able to receive the radiations emitted by the sun. Similarly in case of biomass energy, again biomass energy is depend upon the solar energy, growth of the plant is depend upon the solar energy, and water is also required and that depend upon the rainy season. Similarly wind energy, in case of wind energy again solar is required, and when wind is sufficient or the velocity of wind is sufficient, then only that impact of that wind on the blades of the turbine, and therefore electricity is generated. So these are the resources or energy resources of non-conventional renewable energy resources, but they are not continuous in nature. But fuel cells are, we can say that it is a continuous source of fuel and a continuous source of a renewable energy source. Fuel cells can produce electricity continuously for as long as fuel and oxygen are supplied. Now again there are certain advantages and disadvantages of this type of energy. It has very high efficiency, as high as 70%, since it is a direct conversion process and does not involve a thermal process, means no combustion is there and therefore no heat loss is there like through conduction, convection or radiations. So it is very much higher efficiency. Fuel cell have less mechanical component, hence maintenance is less. Only battery is there, electrodes are there, other components means like some rotatory components, blades, turbines, in turbines blades, these are not here, therefore the maintenance cost is less. Fuel cells take little time to start operation, so they are taking less time to start the operation, but in other case like a steam turbine, like steam, the pressure and the pressure of the steam and the quantity of the steam is necessary to reach or to give full energy that can be used in actual purposes or some commercial purposes. So it will take much time than the fuel cells. Space required for fuel cell power plant is less. Only battery is the major component in fuel cell, so space required in this type of plant is very less. Large amount of cooling water is not required. Large amount of cooling water is not required like in a conventional steam power plant. Means in a steam power plant, what is there? We are using boiler to convert the water into steam. For boiler also a system is there. We need coal to heat the water and then we are using this conversion of water into steam. Again certain equipment is required. Then this steam is flowing through a nozzle and the velocity of the steam is increasing, so again a nozzle is required, and this steam when impacted on the turbine blade, the turbine blades are rotating and a certain frictional or retardation force is there on the flow of steam, and thereby the pressure of the steam will reduce, and we require a cooling tower, large amount of cooling tower, because we are generating a huge amount of electricity. So large amount of cooling tower is required to convert this steam into water. Now fuel cell can be installed near the use point. Near the use point means where we are actually converted this energy into some useful form. But in some other cases like in tidal waves, what is happening? Tidal waves, once it is not continuous in nature, second the load center is very far away from the natural site. They do not make noise, hence can be used in residential areas. Means in this only chemical reaction is there and that is not creating any noise, like in our batteries which we are using in our domestic purposes. There is no noise, no rotary component, no such type of frictional forces are there that will create noise in such type of resources. Now there are certain disadvantages of fuel cell. One, low service life. Service life is very low. High initial cost is high. The use of fuel cell power is still unsafe due to explosive nature of hydrogen and oxygen. Because of some explosive nature, hydrogen and oxygen, it may create some hazardous effect on the human being and the environment, and some leakages of this will create some problem. Then availability of suitable auto catalyst to function efficiently for long duration has also restricted its commercial application. The refilling of auto vehicles is quite difficult. Next is the biomass. Biomass energy, this energy is again depend upon the solar energy. Why? Because we need solar energy for the growth of the plant, and we know that one photosynthesis process is there that is for the growth of the plant, and therefore biomass energy is depend upon the solar energy. So we can say that solar energy, then photosynthesis, then biomass, and then energy. generation. So solar energy, photosynthesis, then biomass, then energy generation. So biomass is organic material made from plants and animals. So these plants and animals means wood. Plants means wood. That is a organic material that can be used for producing energy. Now, and animals like cow dung we are using for energy purposes. Now these are renewable energy because they are continuous in nature. Plants, they will grow, then again after completing their life they will decompose, new plants are there, they will grow. So that is a continuous process. Similarly, when we are talking about animals, animals grow, after completing their life the body decomposed and new generation will come and new type of species are there, and then this is our cyclic process. Now these plants, animals means we are saying that there are 4 orders are there, like one is the human being order, second is the plant order, third is the animal, and fourth is the material order. So for this type of energy all the orders are dependent upon each other. If any one of the order is not there, means then the existence of plant order, animal order, and human order is not there. So all these 4 orders are dependent upon each other. For example, for the growth of the plant we need water, we need carbon dioxide, and for water H2O we need hydrogen and oxygen. So for the existence of material itself we need some existence of its molecule also. Similarly, for animals they take water, so for the existence of animals material order is there, and also for human being material order is required. Besides that, for a human being or for animals to get some energy they require food or some vegetables, so it is fulfilled by the plant order. So these all are depend upon the cyclic nature. They are cyclic in nature, like water is flowing, then evaporate through the solar energy, then clouds are there, and then these clouds converted into water again, and this water is used for the growth of the plant, animals, and human beings in different form in different areas. So this biomass is, we can say, continuous in nature, and they are in everywhere, in every region, we can say. So it is a renewable energy source because we can always grow more trees and crops, and waste will always exist. Means waste will always exist means the leaves which fall, which comes through these trees, cow dungs, that are always exist, that we can use in the form of a, you can say, that decompose and they will fertilize the soil of the earth. And it does not include fossil fuels which take millions of years to create. Fossil fuels like crude oil which we are using, petrol, diesel, coal, that are manufactured or that are created by decomposition of these plants and animals, but it will take thousands of years. So that we are not considered in biomass energy. And these fossil fuels are limited in nature. They are basically the pollutant. After combustion they are creating hazardous gases that are also affect the life of the plants, animals, human beings. So that will basically create the imbalance of all the 4 orders. When burned, the chemical energy in biomass is released as heat. So that heat we can utilize in different form for some domestic purposes, also for making food that we can use, or we can say like chemical energy, we are saying that we are using alcohol, methanol, methyl alcohol in engines, in running the engines. Wood waste or garbage can be burned to produce steam for making electricity. That garbage we can burn in different form, and that will used to create some heat. That heat is used to convert the water into steam, and thereby we know that steam is used to convert that steam is used for generation of electricity or to provide heat to industries and home also. Burning biomass is not the only way to release its energy. It can be converted to other usable forms like methane gas or fuels such as ethanol or biodiesel. So we can use the energy of biomass in three ways. Means that we can say solid, liquid and gas also. So all the three forms that we can use from biomass energy. So biomass plant is a device for conversion of fermentable organic matter, in particular cattle dung, into combustion gas and fully matured organic manure. So this we can use like by using some anaerobic process in a biomass gas, and because of digestion of this biogas is produced. The main sources for production of biogas are cattle dung, night soil, poultry droppings. These materials are confined in a place out of contact with oxygen, give rise to a large number of bacteria which converted carbohydrate, proteins, fat into volatile acid and carbon dioxide. While biomass is organic matter derived from plants, algae, animal, etc. Algae is also that is used to means creating of for oxygen also, but we see that because of the so much pollution on the pollution, the water is get polluted, and therefore the algae will not grow, and therefore the biomass energy or some oxygen we are not getting, and therefore the life of the human being get disturbed, or the shortage of oxygen is there in the environment. Now again, there are certain merits of this biogas. It has very high cost of obtaining bioenergy through plantations, lesser than the cost of obtaining energy from fossil fuels. Means the energy which we are getting from biomass energy is less than the cost which we are getting from fossil fuels. Although fossil fuels, they are created because of the decomposition of plants, but it will take thousands of years. But the energy which the cost of obtaining energy, what happen, the coal or the crude oil which are lie far away from the surface of the earth, means very deep of the surface of the very deep inside the earth, and therefore we need a system, or we need to establish certain plants to drill the surface of the earth, then to take these fossil fuels, some usable forms, we have to convert. There is some process out there, and we have to purify those fossil fuel, that crude oil, into some useful form. So it is a very, very costly matter. Plant ensure a continuous supply of energy due to their continuous growth. Means we can say that it is a continuous supply of energy, means continuous process, and as continuous growth is there, plants are there, simultaneously we are utilizing this energy into some usable form. They will decompose, they will convert into solid, liquid and gaseous state as a raw material, and to produce the heat. Combustion of biomasses does not cause SO2 air pollution, since the content of sulfur in vegetable is even less than 0.1%. So the sulfur content in vegetable is very, very less. Therefore combustion of these biomass does not cause any sulfur dioxide. growth of biomass consumes more CO2 than is released during combustion. Besides producing the atmosphere, purifying oxygen as a product of the photosynthesis process. Means the CO2 that are present, because we are liberating the carbon dioxide that are absorbed by the plant, and these growth of biomass consume means they are consuming more CO2 than is released during burning or combustion process. These are also purifying the oxygen because of the photosynthesis process. Biomass is a perennial and low polluting type of energy. All its byproducts are capable of being recycled. Means all its byproducts, they are recycled, means they can be used in again and again in some other form. Like wooden can be used for making some papers. Again they can be, after the life of the paper get completed, then again they can be recycled to make some other products. So that can be recycled again. So this is a good advantage of this biomass. Now there are certain demerits also, like accumulation of water in the pipeline and need to remove it at periodic intervals. When we are using biomass or we are generating biomass energy using biogas plant, water is accumulated in the pipeline, that will, there is some scaling is there inside the pipelines, inside the surface of the pipe, and that is need to remove at a definite interval. Inefficient designing of gas appliances. The designing of gas appliances is creating means that will create some problem. Seasonal variation in gas production due to lack of temperature control and poor insulation of plant. On absolute basis, the cost of biomass energy is found to be generally higher than a coal-based plant. In coal-based plant, we are using coal as a raw material, and we know that the coal is again made from the wood. So the overall cost of the biomass energy is very large than the coal-based plant. Next is the OTEC energy, that is ocean thermal energy conversion. So in ocean thermal energy conversion, what we are doing, we are using the concept of thermodynamics. Means we are utilizing the temperature difference. One at the source, we can say that is at a higher temperature T1, and second is the lower temperature, that is sink. So that source, we can say that ocean thermal energy conversion is a process or technology for producing energy by harnessing the temperature differences, that is dt over dx, where temperature difference with respect to the depth between ocean surface waters and deep ocean waters. So what is happening when the solar, so this is again depend upon the OTEC, again depend upon the solar energy. So what has happened, the radiations coming out from the sun falls on the surface of the ocean, the water which is on the top surface get heated, and water which is lying inside the surface of the ocean having the temperature very less than the temperature of the surface water. So that temperature difference is used to produce some electricity. We can utilize that energy of the surface water to convert means into vaporized form, and that is used to vaporize means working fluid we are using for generation of electricity. So energy from the sun heats the surface of water of the ocean. In tropical region, surface water can be much warmer than deep water. This temperature difference can be used to produce electricity and to desalinate ocean water. Means the one objective is to produce electricity and to desalinate the ocean water. Ocean thermal energy conversion systems use a temperature difference of at least 77 degree Fahrenheit to power a turbine to produce electricity. So this we can discuss in detail in the coming slides, how we can understand by a suitable diagram how we can convert this type of energy into some usable form. Okay then, thank you.